How you going, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And today we've got something, I suppose, it's not going to be everyone's sort of aircraft that they are after. It is from Herpa in 1/72nd scale diecast. It is an Aero L-29 Delfin, or in English that translates to Dolphin, and I think NATO called these the Maya. And this is a Red 81 from the Soviet Air Force from the 59th Training Regiment. And the Aero L-29 Delfin was a Czechoslovakian-made military trainer jet, first selected as a standardized trainer for Warsaw Pact Air Forces in 1961. Was made between 1963 to 1974 with 3,665 aircraft made. They would be used by most Eastern Bloc air forces, as well as many Middle Eastern air forces. Most of these aircraft are no longer in military services trainers, but Angola and Georgia air forces still operate a handful. And as I said, our aircraft here is from the Soviet 59th Training Regiment, and what we'll do is we'll open this up and have a little look. And that does look pretty cool. It does have some information in the flap here. And that trainer aircraft is sitting in there nice and snug in that box, but it is no good in this box, is it? So what we'll do is we'll open this box up, we'll get this Dolphin out and have a little look at it. Alrighty, with this Dolphin out of the box, we'll open the top of the packet and have a little look. Just from first glance at it, it does look very similar to, say, something that you'd get from Altair or some of the sort of more budget line of aircraft models. But it does have all the landing gear options there, and a canopy, and yeah, nose wheel right there, and that pretty cool looking aircraft in there. Let's see if we can get it out, which we can. Oh wow, it's got a fair bit of weight to it, actually. That is surprising. And it does have that stand sitting in the bottom underneath there. But let's check out this aircraft first. And this does look very nice. As I said, it's got a little bit of weight to it. And I mean, look, it's a trainer. It's not, a fancy fighter or a big-ass bomber or anything like that. But you got to think about it, before those guys were flying those MiGs and Sukhois, they were probably in one of these. So I figured, why not get one of these? I mean, I am trying to collect all types of aircraft that were in military service for a sort of a collection I'm trying to set up. But so not everyone is going to want this, but I figured I will show a video of it, so at least you can check it out without having to pay some money for it. But we'll have a little close look there, and the lines themselves do look not too bad. It's got the old Russian stars on there. It does have some reasonable cockpit detail. I saw the open canopy part. It does have not too bad a sort of detail inside the canopy, but nothing huge. Oh, it's got an aerial. We better be careful with our sausage fingers with that. I don't think that moves, no. It's got some very, very minor engine detail there, nothing too fancy. The actual lines of the aircraft look very nice. The paint application itself is pretty tidy. There's Red 81 on the front there, and that looks pretty cool. Overall, it does look pretty cool. Let's have a little look underneath. And this is how she'll look underneath. And of course, we've got to put the landing gear options on there. It does have some, what I'm assuming, tanks underneath the wing there. And some nice details throughout there. Those big assholes there, that'll be where your stand goes in. So, alright, so what we'll do is we'll chuck some landing gear options on this and come right back and check out more of a complete aircraft. Righty, here we have this Aero L-29 Delfin set up for in-flight. Very straightforward, just the three pieces for the landing gear covers to go over those areas for those gear bay doors, and that is job done. And that is your Delfin setup for in-flight, and that is all you need to do. Look, to be honest, it's quite a decent build, and it looks quite tidy for what it is, and will sit nicely on your shelf. And if you do want to display it in flight, of course, you do get this two-piece stand. You just whack it in its stand holes. I'm hoping it's going to go in nice and easy, and it does, and that is set up. You just put it on the deck here, and this is your L-29 setup for in-flight, and it does look pretty cool, doesn't it? But we all know I like to see mine with gear down. So what we'll do is we'll chuck some landing gear on this, and we'll come back and check this out with its gear down, and then we'll wind up the video. We'll be back in just a second. Alrighty, here we have it all set up for gear down. Make your choice. That's all I can say, is if you want to in-flight or gear down, make your choice and don't change your mind. Because to get the in-flight gear bay doors out of their positions can be a little bit tricky, because they do fit quite snugly in there and it's hard to get them out. But gear down, very straightforward. There is just your main landing gear section that goes on either side, and then there's two little gear bay doors that go in the sides there. And the actual struts are quite long for those gear bay doors, so you've got to be careful you don't bend them because they are long and not very strong. So they can snap quite easy. Mine almost did. They started to bend. And then, of course, your nose wheel goes straight in there, and that is job done for gear down. And I reckon it does set up quite nice. And another feature, it comes with that opening canopy that I showed in the packet before, but you can also slide the rear canopy back to reveal the rear cockpit. And that is pretty cool. It doesn't have a massive amount of detail in there, but it's still pretty cool to, have it all opened up, and I reckon it does set up quite nicely. So this is how your little trainer will look set up for gear down, of course, and I reckon it does look pretty cool for what it is. And yeah, we'll set it on the deck and see how it sits on that landing gear, and hopefully it all sits there nicely, because there was no instructions. So I was winging it. So hopefully it's set up properly, but I reckon this does look pretty cool. Alright, so we'll wind up this video. So I'll take some photos of this aircraft and chuck them on at the end of the video as per usual. If you enjoyed this at all, throw us one of those down there somewhere, and feel free to subscribe to the channel. Alright everyone, thank you so much for checking out the video today. I hope you enjoyed the subject today, something a little bit different. And something that probably most of you won't actually buy, but at least you've checked it out. And speaking of checking out, I'm going to check out right now. All right, everyone, you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and thanks for dropping past the channel. All right, everyone, cheers.